Hi there. Today I'm going to give you a little preview into one of our test questions for an upcoming unit, topic 13. This unit most of the time focuses on a specific skill, which happens to be measurement continued from our old unit, as well as some mixed problem solving. So when we approach these problem solving questions, I try to have the kids read it first without numbers. So we read it like this. Terry bought clothing. He spent money on jeans and the rest on 3 shirts that each cost the same amount. Which equation would you not use when finding the cost, C, of each shirt? And then we try to have some open dialogue about what the conversation is asking. So first we start off with what's happening in the problem. Okay, well, Terry bought some clothes. We know how much he spent on the jeans. We don't know how much he spent on the shirts, but we do know they each cost the same amount. And then I make sure to ask, what is the problem asking? And then the kids go back and they say, which equation would you not use when finding the cost, C, of each shirt? So this is one where we talk about how they're not necessarily trying to get you to find the answer. They're trying to figure out how we're problem solving and to know the process. So when we talk about problem solving, we really try to focus on using strip diagrams. So in case you haven't seen those before, I'm going to draw that out for you. So when I read it the second time, I'm going to read it with numbers. Terry bought $89 in clothing. So as I'm modeling for the kids, I'm saying, okay, that sounds like my whole, how much he spent total. So I'm going to go ahead and put that on top. He spent $32 on jeans. That sounds like a part, so I'm going to put 32 here. And the rest on 3 shirts that cost the same amount. So those are my 3 equal spaces for the 3 shirts. And then I look over here and I see that the cost, C, of each shirt, I should represent that with a C. We talk about how this C is called a variable when we were in our algebra unit. So now we're trying to look at which equation we would not use. Well, when we talk about strip diagrams and we have the top number, that means we have our total. So we shouldn't be adding right away. We already have the total. So we're either subtracting or we're dividing. In this case, since we have 32 on its own, we would start with subtracting. So we would take our 89 minus 32. So when we get that, we would get 57 when we actually subtracted. So we actually did use this equation, so that's not one of the answers. That's not going to be our answer choice because we're finding the equation we did not use. So now essentially what we did is we eliminated that 32. Now the number on top is 57. That's how much we have left, and then we just have our 3 shirts here. So then we talk about this strip diagram and what it means and what it looks like. We have our whole, so we're not adding, we're not multiplying. We have 3 parts and they are all the same amount. So when we talk about all the same amount, those are equal groups and we already know our whole, so we're not multiplying, we must be dividing. So this equation here is 57 divided by 3 equals your cost. So we did use that. And then if we were to solve this equation, 57 divided by 3, we would get 19. So the only equation here that we did not use was B. Hopefully this helps how to solve these word problems and make sense of them. Just keep modeling these strategies. Talk about how you know it's not addition or multiplication, how you know it is subtraction or division. Have those conversations at home and that problem solving skill will build itself. Thank you so much.